So last Friday, my family decided to have a wholesome game night. You know, the classics, Monopoly, Uno, and the ever-controversial Pictionary. We still don't talk about the Great Giraffe Incident of 2019. Anyway, we settled on rotating games every hour, but Grandma had already poured herself a generous glass of boxed wine and was eyeing the Monopoly board like she was about to audit the IRS. That should have been my first clue. Everything was going fine until about 3 turns in, when Grandma, who'd been quietly amassing properties, suddenly slammed her hand down and shouted, "Uno." We all stared at her, bewildered. My cousin Dave tried to explain that you can't go out in Monopoly, to which Grandma replied, "When you own both Boardwalk and Park Place, you make the rules." She then smugly handed me a green Uno 4 card and demanded $400 in rent. My dad, ever the peacemaker, suggested we just figure out the exchange rate and keep the game moving. This is how I found myself 30 minutes later, furiously Googling current market value of Boardwalk versus Uno cards while my brother tried to mortgage his yellow properties for a reverse card. Meanwhile, Grandma had started auctioning off free parking to the highest bidder, which somehow ended up in my 4-year-old niece's possession after she offered a half-eaten cookie and a draw too. At this point, my mom was scribbling IOUs on napkins, and the Monopoly dog was being used to mark skip-a-turn spots on the board. By the time we'd finished, we'd invented what I can only describe as Monopoly, a game where you win by confusing your opponents so much they forget what game they're even playing. Grandma declared herself the winner, holding up a rainbow of Uno cards and a stack of Monopoly money, and said, "Well, at least now we know, never mix family game night currency, or you'll go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 Uno."